I said earlier when I was introducing Olafadeke about how there are a number of people I always look forward to speaking with and talking to because of how much insights that they give and how informative most of the sections are with them. And I would say Akeju is one of those people again for me because trust me, at the end of this interview, you will know the reason why I said so. Hi Akeju, thank you so much for joining me once again. It's always a pleasure to have you. To have a sit down with you because I know I'm about to get informed. Age Lagos back to back 2 times in a row, and you're playing both at the maiden edition and the sophomore edition. What has been the motivation for you coming back every year?
Well, Age Lagos is a project that was initiated by Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Authority. I have a soft spot for the agency because that's where I started, launched my career in the gaming industry. So yes, that means a lot to me. So when they do call, we're here to support. We come running. We provide the support as needed, and we're willing to, share our knowledge, insights, and whatever is required of us to make it a success. And yes, we're very proud of what it has become.
Yeah.
Compared to last year, the turnout was much more. Exhibitors and the representation across Africa has been great. Africa and beyond, to be honest. So yes.
Amazing. Lovely. Thank you so much for easing us into things. But I'm gonna go straight right into it. Being one of the legal part of this gaming sector, I want to have your take on this. And I know you have talked about this previously, I think when the ruling was given. But then again, I want to ask you, from that time until now, I've seen a lot of people talk about different perspectives, how they've had to adjust to that and how it has been either challenging or beneficial to some. But I'm going to ask you, in that time frame, have you seen progress in that ruling, in the sense that is he a good call, or maybe not say good or bad, but how do you think that call has impacted people in the short space of time that it has been existing?
The judgment is actually a good call. It puts to rest an issue that has been ongoing since the inception of the gaming industry in Nigeria. The matter of who's responsible for regulating, for controlling, for generating revenue from the industry. And the court has clearly pronounced that by virtue of the provisions of the Constitution, that responsibility lies with the state government. Now, what that has created, the challenge that comes with that, whilst it's a good decision for us to know where the country stands, the challenge it has created is prior to now, we have operators who are strictly solely online.
Yeah.
Right? Compared to those a time when there was retail.
Yes.
When the matter was initiated, all we had at that time was mostly retail operation. For 16 years down the line, a judgment comes and then the dynamics of the market has shifted. However, having said that, online is just a channel, just as retail is, just as mobile is, just as, the POS, whatever it is we're using is, right? For those who are online operators, the challenge and who have, by virtue of just wanting to operate online only, have subscribed to a national license. What that means for them is that right now they have no license. So the validity of their existence as operator has been called to question. But the state regulators have been, they were quite quick to rally round and offer an alternative, introduce a URL framework. But, policy shifts like this does take time. It does take time implementing, ironing out all of the kinks.
Yeah.
It will take a bit of time, which is the phase we are at this time. I'm sure that some of your viewers may have seen that, yes, there's a bill in the House on remote gaming, a remote gaming bill, which is another ongoing conversations in the industry. But that's still a bill, and it will be subject to public hearing. We'll see how that goes, right? But for now, what we have definitely on the table is a universal license that would allow an online operator to still operate nationally, well, in 24 states of the 36 states of Nigeria. So that's what's on the table right now. I guess the alternative would be for operators who are in retail to choose the jurisdictions where they prefer to be licensed and to operate. For those who are retail, have we worked out all of the details? Not yet, not quite yet. Have we worked out the modalities of identifying where the bets are from? That's not defined. The Supreme Court judgment just said, you have jurisdiction. So it's now for those with jurisdiction to define some of this, with our details, as, the details, of operations. So that's where we are. And again, you've got 24 states in with a single voice saying we subscribe to this URL. However, these states are also, these regulatory authorities are representing states. They need to get approvals of their governments. They need to get sign-offs where required so that it is binding, it is holistic, and operators are not held to ransom in a situation whereby there's a change in state government and the government decide.
Would they come and say, okay, you know what, we don't want this anymore. We're not aligned. They were
aligning with this. Exactly. So on the part of the operators, because our firm, White Solicitors, is also advisor to the Association of Nigerian Booth Makers. And we also work with the Lottery Operators Forum as well as the casino operators too. We're trying to ensure that we dot all the I's and cross all the T's and ensure that operators have a seamless experience. So that's where we are for now in terms of, post-judgment. The judgment was just in November, which is effectively about 3-4 months ago. So it's still early days, but the operators are working, progressively towards a sustainable environment.
Thank you so much, Akeju, for talking to me. There you have it, like I always said. Mama, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. That's one shade of Olafadeke Akeju. Thank you so much, ma'am, for always talking to us. I do appreciate the time.